They have the new man, Mukhtar, there right at the top of the order.
Guided away, just a single. Yeah, certainly. Think about how difficult it is for Mukhtar Ahmed and for Sheldon Jackson coming in, new conditions, new teammates, new circumstances. I think they knew they were going to lose Josh Brown. They knew that he was being caught by the Renegades, who I think start the Big Bash season. But the striker started a little later, so he was meant to be here at the final. It was that hamstring injury that has been such a blow, because he just found his form, found his touch around 70. Probably just pitching inside leg. Pratish interested. Parwell Siri less so.
Well, he's one of the three. He's a favorite of yours as well. But these three are going to be the cornerstone of Nepal's bowling in the near future.
Yeah, real opportunity. Stuart Law watching on. New ball in the hand for the left armour. Pulled and helped down the corner. Could be the first boundary. Rushed to replace a little. But Bandari had the experience to get on the swivel and get the fans in yellow dancing up in the stands.
What I liked about that is the way the ball came onto the bat, and that's a good sight in a big game like this, where in qualifier 1, just a shimmy down the track and a swivel gets that NSL super far and really helped it on its way. There is a fielder there to the right, but he was just ball watching really. Really good timing, good placement, and good cricket.
Tries to go again. So into the middle of the bat, and Duplessis quick, so he'll cut it off. Keep it to a couple, get some help from his captain. Yeah, good chat with Duplessis just before the start of play there, and he was explaining as to how much he's loving every second in Nepal, and the opportunity to get up to part of the lower Himalayas, up over 5,000 meters. He was up in beautiful Nagarkots, I think, for the sunrises as well. He's loving every second here. First visit ever to Nepal.
Yes, just take a look at the crowd building up here. Biggest game in the tournament, so the first 2 balls, Virat and Akin, always a big game.
Gets this one better, and will get the boundary he was looking for, the second of the order. We're always going to target Pratish GC early, and they get 11 runs from the second. We're always going to do 15 for that. Just the one change for the Viratnagar Kings. In comes Harry and Josh Dior. They're also medium pace. Quite bad ahead of stage, I'd say they're about 7. But it is a very top-heavy batting lineup. If you can get through those 3 overseas, he's at DLC. Pressure comes under pressure on the English ball. There's no semblance of rhythm or timing. Understandably, yes, from Mukhtar Ahmed. How do you deal with that as a franchise side? You lose 1-2 injury, the other one you might have expected to lose. You've got Cooney in the team for a couple of games. Then the 2 players you brought in, you've got with this, that's a package.
You can't get an injury, and you have to be prepared for it to happen. And in the eventuality that it does happen, you need to bring in the player who you most likely think can adapt to the situation and soon.
Let's get stuck into this. It's not really out of the middle, is it? But it will be effective just to get 4. He's throwing the kitchen sink at this. Actually, feels like he needs a replacement bat out there because, well, it says beast on the back. Anything but with that shot.
Well, yes, just take a look at it. He's used his right hand there, the bat turning. Just take a look at that. The bat turning there. It's gone in the direction that he wanted to. Hence, he gets the boundary. But I'd be happy clear if he could use his left hand, his leading hand, to time those shots, and he'll get the same desired result. Virat Kohli is winning the toss, electing to field first in this big qualifier one. It's the opportunity for the Royals to put pressure on them.
Inside edge misfortune for Gallagher, but Ahmed gets lucky to get 4 or to get to double figures. And after a very watchful start in the first quarter, the Royals pressing the accelerator here in the power play.
I certainly like the look of this boy, Mukhtar Ahmed. He's a big, tall, lanky guy. If he can get going for them, and look, the field are indicated, won't they?
So it's part of the title winning side for the Washington Freedom last year's Major League Cricket's 2024. Back to the left, completely out of pace, skews up the outside edge. But across 26 matches, the top score is just 36, but the reason for that is he barely bats. Usually it's 6, 7, or even 8 down the order because they've got such a deep and strong top order in Washington Freedom. He showed up in that Major League Cricket to get his chance here.
Well, yes, this is the time with the experience of someone like Vinod Bandari needs to come before. He needs to go to the youngster Mukhtar and tell him how it's supposed to be done. Just take the single, watch from the non-strikers, and give me the bulk of the strike. I'll do the heavy lifting in those first 6 overs. Because it's once the spinners come on, once we see someone like Lami Chani come on, that's when the test is on.
Change of pace. Brilliant from the line, and he's pumped up. Loves every second, and he says, "You beauty." That'll do nicely. Great change up and too good for Mukhtar Ahmed.
Well, absolutely shocking to me. That's Marshall Delanger's Red Bull Energy Drink off the match, and why not? We've seen him wear his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't really pull back, he doesn't pull punches. But very disappointing, this Mukhtar Ahmed gone for 10, and the Royals now lose their first wicket at 21.
First blood goes to the Kings. Bit of a grudge match this one. And in comes a man, probably this time last week, was not even comprehending the possibility of playing top level cricket. And in comes Sheldon Jackson. Handful of games for the Kolkata Knight Riders across 2 different seasons in the IPL. A very fine Ranji Trophy record. And from Gujarat, over 100 games, over 7,000 runs. Welcome low into the NPL, nearly cleaned up first ball, and it could still be very close. Would go upstairs. Bandari needed to get moving. And I think it's Isla who's been outstanding in the field. For the Kings, this could be 2 and 2.
Well, it really looked close to me. A direct.
We have an umpire for run out. Go to the second end. Take it back. Give me the opposite angle, please. Go forward. Take it back. Take it backward. Go forward. And right, straight forward. I'm satisfied. Bat is grounded inside because the wicket is broken. I have a decision for the gas screen. My decision is not out. Repeat, not out.
Not out the decision, and only just. There was a frame in it. He felt as though Bandari needed to get going. He's on 22 for 1.
एक विकेट हुआ
Change of ball, Bashir Ahmed. It's been used more and more by Lamachani in the latter stages of the group, so I thought he was underused at first. Very capable three-dimensional cricketer. He was having a good year. Another who's caught the eye of the head coach Stuart Law, no doubt about that.
Absolutely, especially with the bat. We saw him really clean up in one of the earlier games, and he did it really well. So he's got the ability with both bat and ball. That's what we need in modern day cricket, isn't it? There are three dimensions to the game. You need to be at least two-dimensional.
Nicely bowled. Ahmed is more than a touch interested. Runnels here, he thinks height is an issue.
আচ্ছা তুই তো টিভিতে তো কিছু ফেলে মোবাইল দেখাই দিছিস তো
That's the speed that they need to bowl at, Andrew. If we can just take a look at it one more time, that LBW decision, you can just see where the ball lands, you can see a puff of dust there. There it is, and that shows that the upper crust is coming loose, and perhaps they should be aware of that and know that they shouldn't chase it. A very big score. Be very reasonable with what you have in mind.
I'll tell you, that was close as well. Maybe just the height, the issue. That's what Nasiri felt. Tangling himself in knots here is Bandari. Any of those three deliveries could have resulted in a wicket, but he finds an edge to survive.
Luckily, what he did here was present the full face of the bat, didn't go across the line, didn't look to sweep on length. Perhaps use your feet a little, perhaps come down the track, will hold you in a better stead. Come to the pitch of the ball, try and drive it in the direction that the ball will turn till you're set.
So sweet. 1 bounce and 4. Bit of IPL pedigree coming in here to the Nepal Premier League. Welcome to Sheldon Jackson.
Absolutely. Breaking the shackles is Jackson, but that shot clearly showed me, Andrew, that there are nerves within Sheldon Jackson, and it's very natural first game for him, despite all the experience he has at the Indian first-class level. He still came out there and heaved a huge sigh of relief after he made contact with that ball.
Finds the gap along the ground this time. Going to be back-to-back boundaries. This might be even a better shot than the previous one. There's 4 men within about 15 yards there. He finds the boundary with expert precision. 32 for 1. Well, maybe honours even at the end of 4 overs. Either side too far ahead. Every single ticket sold, but plenty still making their way in through the gates. It will be a full house as soon as those floodlights kick in to full effect, I've no doubt. And plenty of yellow jerseys in the crowd. Another beautiful day. Here, as we're well into December now, final 4 matches of the tournament, and smiling faces all around. Interesting call this one from Lamachani. He's going to go through on the bounce from Delanga. Oh, it nearly pays off. Good Yorker. Well dug out by Binod Bandari.
Just the quality there of someone like Marshall Ilanga. Really top quality stuff this. He's not only got the pace, the bounce, he's also got the variations. We saw the slow deliveries. Now we get to see the Yorker. He's got a wide range in his repertoire. Really nice to see someone like Marshall Ilanga out there, and he's really giving his all, isn't he? Bowling his heart out. 3rd over for him is the result of him bowling well.
Yeah, he's been so good to watch, isn't he? Really has. I've just had a few questions about this Royals 11. Just a reminder, 5 changes. Aspect of that is a byproduct of them resting and rotating a few in this group game. But 3 overseas player changes. And Sheldon Jackson, Scott Kuhlman, who's rested for the last game, and Mukhtar Ahmed. And also into the team comes Milan Bahari, who'll be down at number 8 probably, and Hemant Dami. I think that's a very good selection. Be a lucky one to miss out. The youngster found through the talent of Hikmat Mahara will have brighter days ahead as we see both Dr. Ishan Pandey and Arnav Sheikh padded up.
Well, yes, you just saw very good Virat and the Kings side. So the question, they've been forced into those changes. Viratnagar had the luxury of resting a few of their top players. Scott Kuhlman got a break, came back. And you can't really budget for injury, but certainly you can workload manage well, especially when you've made it to the playoffs. You should be giving your top players a little bit of a rest. Yeah, welcome back to Blessing. Absolutely a rock star.
Mr. without a second. Should have just been the signal that the pressure of the playoffs telling Naren Bata who fumbles or regulation delivering. Pandari, he's tended to play this way, hasn't he? He's not going to be 30 off 15. He'll kind of work it around in the power play.
Well, this is the way you need to play on a pitch like this. We saw Ravi Bopara doing it brilliantly for 2 or 3 games, one in 4, the Chitwan Rhinos. But that's the role that Vinod Pandari has. That's the misfield. And you'll get the runs. Just stay at the pitch and work it around.
What do you make of the call here of Lamachani going with Delanger for 3 on the bounce? He's taken away one of his death bowling options. With only 1 left at the South African.
Exactly what I was coming to. You asked the question and answered it as well. So it just shows Andrew Leonard's acumen. And the reason why I would go for a spinner, Andrew, on a pitch like this is that's where you ask the right questions. With pace on the ball, it becomes that much more easier. But with pace off it and the ball spinning, you always keep the batsman guessing.
No doubt that Lamachani's 4 overs will be a huge factor in the fate of this game. Delanger's completed 3 in the Royals, 37 goals.
What a victory this is for India.
Invincible Skyball.
Magnificent hit.
Rodia's powerhouse. Get ready for an epic showdown. RTFC First Bank, India vs South Africa, first T20I, today.
Massive evening here for both these sides, the Western Royals and the Viratnagar Kings. Delanga threw first bird very early. Mukhtar Ahmed back in the dugout. Sandeep Lamachani has been trying to use his resources carefully over here, trying to give pace from one end and have a lot of spin from the other. Carlos Brathwaite alongside me, the West Indian international. Good evening, on the screen settings, perfect evening. And what a big match lined up as well. Qualifier 1. He's looked so good this evening, Vinod Pandari. Again, good use of his feet, terrific fielding as well by Hazlitt. Good cricket all around.
Fantastic cricket on show. Bashar Delana bowled the speed of light from one end and Bashir Ahmed with all his guile from the other. Mandari and Sheldon Jackson trying to counter up both. And so he's not going to be left out of proceedings. Batik, a quite amazing save on the boundary.
Marshall Delanga really came out hard in his first 3 overs. You literally see him putting an extra bit of effort. You talk about bending your back.
Decision from Saudi Arabia. You see at the end, he was indicated enough but to go in, try to work it back on the top order and control the play. The Royals still be trapping the effort so far. It's
good running as well by Sheldon Jackson.
Able to pace off from Bashir. Shot a little too early. First game for him. Difficult to just land, just play. Making the best of it. Jackson in the middle. 5. The show's only run a ball, folks, but he really gone about his innings. He stifled Marshall Delano.